we are doing Legends Online Qualifier 24.2. So that is a 16-minute AMRAP of a 20-calorie row. I hooked it up to the WeTime app, so this is my first time doing that. Figured I'd give it a shot, and it puts all the data up there, so hopefully that works. Makes it a little easier because it's always hard to get it clear in the camera view with a good enough video quality. 20-calorie row, 8 toes to bar. Has to be 8 feet away from the rower. It is, but again, this is not official, so not gonna show anything. And then I have a 50-pound dumbbell back here for the 20 shoulder to overhead. Can be any arm, just gotta get 20 reps. And you continue doing that for 16 minutes. So 20, 8, 20. And this is all a pacing workout, and how long can you stay on pace? I heard people talk about 2 minutes per round and getting 8 rounds. I don't know. I'm gonna do the first round and see where I'm at. My first round will be faster. Won't be able to hold on to that time the whole way, but just gonna this is a rowing workout. You're on the rower for the majority of the time. I still hit the wrong. I did it. Alright everybody, I'm going to try a voiceover here. There's a lot of noise in the background and music, so I would have to add audio anyway. So here's how we started. Like I said, this is a lot of rowing, and you're on the rower. I was on the rower for the majority of the time. This pace that I came out at for the first row, I knew would be faster than I would be sustainable with. My idea was 1,200 calories per hour should get you done with 20 calories in 1 minute. So I thought if I was 1,200 plus most of the time, I should be okay. This being the first round, I knew I could go a little harder. It is kind of nice to be able to watch that screen and see where it's at. So the first one, right at a minute. I will say there's a lot of room for improvement on that monitor that you saw me messing with there. I'll come back to that. Toes to bar. I missed a rep that one. I had to re-grip and miss that one. So I end up doing 9. Well, I do 8 good reps, but it looks like I had to do a 9th because I missed my toes on one. Quick toe to bar. Try to pick up the dumbbell. The first round I was trying to take a little pause to see what my time would be. Go as fast as I could through these. I had the idea of instead of 10 and 10, which would get annoying, I thought. If I just do 5 and 5 with that quick little switch at the top, then my arms shouldn't get as tired, shoulders shouldn't get as tired. And I would say I liked that strategy. It felt good, and I was able to kind of keep moving the whole time. 156 for round 1. My clock was off. I was looking at a different clock, not as much this clock. I had clock issues starting this with the one on the wall. So I'm never really sure exactly where I am on this clock, but first round was sub 2. I then get on the rower and I'm attempting to stay at 1,200. And for a little bit, I'm close. Spoiler alert, I don't hold 1,200 this entire 16-minute AMRAP. So, but it was good. Here, back to what to do with that rower. So this is the first time I connected via Bluetooth and a Concept 2 account and the Concept 2 app. I set all of that up, and then in WeTime for this particular qualifier that said it allows complementary connection to the Concept 2 rower. So I did that, but every time I finished the row and I would go now to push the button to reset it, it was a significant pause. Like it wouldn't reset as quick as it typically did. So getting it back to the main menu and then hitting just row took, I would say, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I kept messing with that the whole time. And there are rules on the scorecard that states only the athlete is allowed to touch the monitor during the workout. So I think after doing it, I would just hit that menu button as soon as I finished again, or don't use the app because it's definitely slower using the app. I would just hit the menu button twice and go, and then when I get back on the rower, I'd have to hit just row, as opposed to trying to get it back to the screen immediately. So, okay, second round 402, so that was about a 206. So the first one 156, the second one 206 is so averaging just over 2. But knowing that second round is more realistic for the rest of it, and the first round was going to be fast, which probably plays out about right. I consider this type of workout good for me, even though I'm not super powerful on the rower. As you can see, holding 1200 still here in the third round, that's good, but it's a challenge for me. I was very purposefully having to try to row faster than I wanted to. But I'm not a big person, so the row isn't a strength of mine. But engine-wise, I can deal with being at a pretty high heart rate for a while. And I was doing both here. I was treating the row as recovery for the first few pools, and then trying to settle into comfortable, because once I finished the row and messed with the screen, as I'm doing, I was attempting to just get up on the bar and do the toes to bar, and then drop down and pick up the dumbbell right away, trying to minimize the transition except for the walk of 8 feet between equipment and toe to bar. And I do pretty good at that. This third or fourth round, I had to start getting chalk before the toes to bar because I was barely able to hold on to the row handle, and then the toes to bar were getting tough to hold on as well. There is a little bit of a grip component to this workout. It didn't bother me on the toes to bar. It did bother me on the row, and it might have just been because I was sweating so much, even with the wristbands and trying to grab chalk after maybe the fourth round and on. I was chalking every time, which was also adding up some time. So I would say the wasted time is, if you don't need chalk, awesome. And if you don't have a slow concept to monitor, awesome. I probably could have, just in those transitions, adding chalk was probably 10 seconds for 3 or 4 rounds, and messing with the rower was a good 5 seconds for almost every round. So that adds up a lot over the course of 16 minutes. But you don't have a whole lot of options because you have to adjust the monitor yourself. You got to get it back. And for me, I was slipping because I was getting really sweaty. So coming up on almost halfway through the workout, I missed the third round time. This will be the fourth round that I'm rowing in. Still able to get close to that 1,200 calorie per hour. It was difficult for me, but I was able to stay pretty close most of the time. The only time I go higher is the final row that I'm doing, because I know I need to go fast and try to get it done. But we'll pause the voiceover here, and I'll jump back in later, and I'll throw the times up for the rest of the rounds as they come. Yeah, here's where I have to start chalking because I couldn't hold on. So that definitely added at least 5 seconds, maybe not 10. I was happy with the toes to bar after the first set of getting adjusted, all sets of 8, and it felt pretty good. This used to be a weakness of mine. I've spent quite a bit of time trying to get better at it, and even sets of 8 that are considered small for sure, that would slow me down in the past, and I would have to break it up. And I felt very confident and comfortable maintaining sets of 8. So we'll check back in a minute. Peace. Okay, so yeah, just finished sixth round at just under 13 minutes, 12:55. That one was slightly faster. It looks like my fifth round was the slowest at 2:20, I believe. I went down to 2:18. This sixth round, I am able to, I don't know if it's row, it must be row a little bit faster. Yeah, the last row, could have noticed it was down more in the 1,000 to 1,100 range. I thought basically in my head, this is almost the last time I'll have to row. I knew this was my quote last full round, so I was trying to row harder to get through this one and leave whatever time possible to get on the row for the final round for me. With the clock coming up on 16 minutes as the cap of this AMRAP, I knew where I was. So trying really hard to pull 1,200. As you can see, it dips down there, and then I would try to get it back. 18 calories, 19 calories, one more big pull, 20 up. Mess with it because I knew I had to row one more time. By this point, I think I was just hitting it a couple times and hoping. Still had to chalk because I couldn't just hang on that bar. I was getting real super sweaty. Again, toes to bar felt great. Able to do sets of 8, which for me is no small feat. If you would have looked at me a couple years ago, would not have been able to do 8 sets of 8 with this workout. Try to pick up that dumbbell right away. Again, I liked the 5 and 5. Be faster going 10 and 10, but not a lot. The more speed that I could have, the more time I could have picked up would have been elsewhere in this workout, meaning that transition, chalking and getting on the bar and getting the monitor reset was more time. So this is the 7th round. I finish 7 rounds at, let's see here, 15:09. So that one was 2:14, a little faster. I know I have less than a minute, so I'm trying to recover, but I know I have nothing to do but row. I was thinking, I didn't know where the clocks were. Like I said, I had an issue with that at the beginning. I was thinking I could get all 20 calories if I rowed really hard, and I was able to, as you can see, row harder this round than any other round, pushing up 1,500 plus calories per hour, a 140 pace. And I am eating through the calories, but I don't quite get 20. So 10 seconds left, and again, I didn't know the time, so I actually do finish 20, but I have no idea when. So here we go, 59, 60. Looks like it's at 17 and just turned to 18 right after that cap. So if I had a score, it would be 17 calories. Was hurting pretty good here. And that's Legends Qualifier 24.2 in the books, 353 reps. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Peace.